Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence. I'm now going to request once again Chairman NDMC, Shri Naresh Kumar, to please extend a warm welcome to Shri Ajay Bhalla, Secretary, Ministry of Power. And ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to please help me welcome him once again. Wave and applause. Warm welcome, sir. I'd like to now request Shri Kumar, Managing Director, EESL, to please step forward and extend a warm welcome to Shri Sahai, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Power. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? And we extend a welcome again. Thank you very much, sir, for taking the time out and gracing this occasion with your presence. And thank you, sir, for doing the honor. With that, ladies and gentlemen, taking the proceedings forward, I will now request Shri Naresh Kumar, Chairman NDMC, to really set the tone for this evening with his welcome address and also enlighten us about NDMC's Smart Meter Project. Please help me welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Shri Naresh Kumar to the podium with a round.
Honorable Union Minister for Power and Renewable Energy, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, my respected senior colleague, Secretary Power Shri Bhalla, my senior colleague in the Ministry of Power, Shri Singh, Vice Chairman, New Delhi Municipal Council, Shri Govt, Managing Director of EESL, Shri Kumar, and distinguished guests who are present here today. On behalf of NDMC and on my personal behalf, I welcome Honorable Minister for Power and Lieutenant Governor, Delhi, to be present today to launch the Smart Meter Program in the city of New Delhi. It is the Ministry of Power who has continuously supported, mentored, and helped us to convert the entire NDMC discom today to the Smart Meter discom. Perhaps it is the first discom in the entire country which has become today the Smart Meter. When we are welcoming all of you here, more than 95% meter has been converted into the smart meters, and the remaining 5% will complete in the next maximum 3 to 4 weeks' time. This project has been come to reality only because of the support and the mentor which the Ministry of Power and the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi has given to us. As a result, in a 9 months' time, as a team, NDMC and the EESL, we have developed this Smart Meter discom in Delhi. Sir, once again, on behalf of the NDMC and on behalf of the EESL, I welcome all of you to encourage us, to support us, to mentor us, and to guide us to make the power distribution system in New Delhi the transparent and the most efficient way. Thank you very much.
All of us have got used to these phones, and way back from 96 onwards, the old models and then different models. Today we are all used to smartphones, and all of us understand the big advantages of smartphones. Similarly, smart meters is a revolution. It's a new thing. It's a new way of connecting to the system and knowing what you are consuming, what type of this thing. You yourself will start analyzing your consumption and will start regulating it very nicely. It's a very, very important step of a two-way communication between supplier of electricity and consumer of electricity. It's very useful. I mean, we need not explain the advantages of it. All of you, when people who live in NDMC areas, when they will start looking at their monthly consumptions and daily and hourly consumptions, they would start understanding what I'm doing, how I can regulate my power consumption. And at your sweet will, once these are in prepaid mode, you can charge your systems also accordingly. So it's a very, very useful thing. We look forward to implement this as a pilot and would like to cover other parts of Delhi as well as whole part of the country under a scheme which our Honorable Minister would be mentioning. Government of India has been bringing a lot of infrastructure improvements as far as power sector is concerned. On generation side, we have 346 gigawatts of capacity, and of which 72 gigawatts is a renewable capacity, and about 45 gigawatts of hydro capacity. So what we have targeted as our commitments of non-fossil fuel energy, we are way ahead of our timelines of 2030. We'll be doing it much earlier than that. And coming to the rural infrastructure, I mean, not only the urban areas, we have sanctioned a lot of money under the IPDS program for both smart grids, smart metering, and improvement and strengthening of the feeders. For rural areas also, government has spent a lot of money to look at the power losses. We have worked on the feeder separation for agriculture, and then we are adding a lot of infrastructure under the Dindayal Gram Jyoti Yojana. And all of you have heard the scheme Saubhagya, where electricity has been carried to each and every household of the country. Largely, 99.5% households are already connected now. A small number of 6.5 lakhs are left, which we are targeting to complete within this month. So, where we have pushed in a lot of grants to the state governments for implementation, and a component of this includes the metering also. Under IPDS, as I said, in urban areas, we are pushing smart meters. So NDMC should be seen as a lead to begin with, and we hope it will be replicated all over.
Honorable Minister of State for Power, Shri Ajay, Secretary Power, Mr. Ajay Bhalla, Chairman, NDMC, Naresh, Kumar, other officers from the Ministry of Power, distinguished members of NDMC, Vice Chairman of NDMC, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, my congratulations to NDMC, to Naresh for having launched this 100% smart metering arrangement in NDMC area. Undoubtedly, in my view, smartness in delivery of services empowers people who are the recipients of delivery of services, gives efficiency to those who supply services, and overall, probably saving to the economy and better management of the services that are available. Many a time, services that are delivered, it is more management side issues than the supply side issues. All these, I'm sure, will be taken care of once we have smart delivery of services. Every time I'm invited by Chairman NDMC to attend these functions for ushering some smartness in something or the other, I'm tempted to ask for more. And to ask for more, not just for him, but also for the rest of the city. We cannot run a one-legged race in the city of Delhi. I think it will be a good idea that whatever is being done on a much smaller scale in NDMC area, particularly by way of governance, smartness, etc., I think the benefit must also accrue by exchange of ideas, exchange of what's happening in one municipal area by the other 3 municipal corporations that are in this National Capital Territory of Delhi. So I would suggest that for consideration of Naresh, that we should now take an initiative, put up a portal where whatever good is being done by any of the urban local bodies should be shared with each other. And maybe they can learn from each other's mistakes as well as efficiencies and good things that are being done, successes and failures both. In my understanding, failures teach you more, therefore please do put on the portal with failures so that others don't go through the painful process. But I think it will be talking to a portal, maybe a very, very efficient way of learning from each other. And then physically we could meet in a structured manner, maybe once a month or so. So that way we will be able to remove the huge gap that exists between the delivery of services in the rest of the city and NDMC area. let it be an inspiration for them, and let it be a matter of satisfaction for you. The other thing I'm wanting to suggest here, Naresh, again for you is that I believe your supply management of water side also needs to be now brought on a smarter delivery and distribution network, because the per capita consumption of water is unduly high. A lot of it is going waste. So maybe you can now target for smart delivery of water supply in the NDMC area. That would be a good way to begin. But these are some of the thoughts which I'm sure once they start meeting, they'll be able to exchange. So I don't take away from the great thing that has been done, that you have introduced smart metering, which, as I said, would be very good for the DISCOM, very good for the consumers, very good for the utility. So with these words, I compliment you, congratulate you, and wish you all the very best in your future ventures in improving the life in NDMC area. All the very best. Thank you very much for inviting me.
बदलता भारत, बढ़ता भारत। इस बदलते भारत की बढ़ती ऊर्जा खपत के लिए पर्याप्त बिजली आपूर्ति सुनिश्चित करने के लिए भारतीय विद्युत मंत्रालय परंपरागत ग्रिड व्यवस्था से हटकर स्मार्ट ग्रिड द्वारा ऊर्जा तंत्र को उन्नत बनाने पर जोर दे रहा है। स्मार्ट ग्रिड बिजली संचालन एवं वितरण के दौरान होने वाले बिजली के नुकसान को कम करता है।
ऊर्जा क्षेत्र में जिस गति से हम बदलाव ला रहे हैं, वह गति पहले कभी दुनिया में नहीं देखी है। ये हमेशा ये इंटरनेशनल एनर्जी एजेंसी का था। अब हम एक और बदलाव करेंगे। अभी तक एक मीटर रीडर को जाना पड़ता था, वो मीटर रीडिंग करता, उसके बाद फिर बिल प्रिंट होता था और उसके बाद जाता था उपभोक्ता के पास, फिर उपभोक्ता भुगतान इसको समय लगता था। हर महीना भी होता था, कई बाद अब जब फिर इतने उपभोक्ता हम जोड़ रहे हैं, तो अब इसे हम लोग ऑटोमेटिक कर रहे हैं। इसलिए टेक्नोलॉजी आ भारत में 30 मीटरों से बदल स्मार्ट मीटर करने का हमें लक्ष्य। स्मार्ट मीटर होने से फिर ये मीटर किया, मीटर रीडर का झंझट, बिल प्रिंट करने का झंझट, उसको भेजने का झंझट, ये सब स्मार्ट है। सारी प्रोसेस ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगी। जो भी उपभोक्ता है वो मोबाइल पर उनके पास पेमेंट कर सकते हैं, देखेंगे उनके ये मीटर में कितना बैलेंस होता है, उसके बाद फिर मोबाइल से रिचार्ज करेंगे। EESL और NDMC हल वो स्मार्ट मीटर से और एक भूल बनेगी और पूरे देश में अभी लोग समझ
पुराने मीटर को स्मार्ट मीटर से बदलने की शुरुआत स्मार्ट ग्रिड के लक्ष्य को पूरा करने की ओर उठाया गया एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। और आज म्यूनिसिपल काउंसिल NDMC स्मार्ट मीटर को घर तक पहुंचाने की इस परिकल्पना को हकीकत में बदलने वाली भारत की पहली ग्रिड भी बन चुकी है।
NDMC और EESL के बीच में जो एक एग्रीमेंट हुआ है कि NDMC एरिया में सभी जगह पे स्मार्ट मीटर लगाए जाएंगे, इसके लिए मैं NDMC को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। स्मार्ट मीटर का प्रोग्राम एक बहुत ही एडवांस तरह का प्रोग्राम है, जिसमें कि कंज्यूमर को भी हर टाइप की बिजली का कंजम्पशन का आइडिया रहेगा और NDMC को भी इजी होगा कंज्यूमर की बिलिंग और मनी कलेक्शन के लिए।
एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी सर्विसेज लिमिटेड EESL के सहयोग से पूरे हुए इस कार्य से न सिर्फ NDMC क्षेत्र के बिजली उपभोक्ता ज्यादा जानकारी और बिलिंग में पारदर्शिता मिलेंगे, बल्कि NDMC Smart मोबाइल ऐप के जरिए ये नियंत्रित खपतवार पैसों की बचत भी कर सकेंगे।
न्यू दिल्ली म्यूनिसिपल काउंसिल नई दिल्ली के इलाके में पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का कार्य भी करती है और आज ये बड़े हर्ष का विषय है कि NDMC में पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में जितने भी मीटर लगे हुए थे उनको स्मार्ट मीटर में कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया है। तो स्मार्ट मीटर के लगने से कस्टमर को भी और NDMC को भी यह पता चलता है कि वो कितनी पावर कंज्यूम कर रहा है और किस क्वालिटी की पावर हम कस्टमर्स को सप्लाई कर रहे हैं। पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम में एफिशिएंसी बढ़ती है, इफेक्टिवनेस बढ़ेगी और
ट्रांसपेरेंसी आएगी। तो ये प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए और कस्टमर के लिए विन-विन सिचुएशन है।
इसीलिए आने वाले सालों में पूरे भारत में 25 करोड़ स्मार्ट मीटर लगाने की योजना तैयार की जा रही है। स्मार्ट मीटर, नियंत्रित खपत, बिजली और
Smart meters are part of the overall advanced metering infrastructure solutions that can reduce not only transmission and distribution losses but also inefficient and estimated meter reading. They enhance consumer experience through improved service delivery. Thank you very much for doing the honor. And with that, we're now going to proceed.
Mr. Ajay Bhalla, the Secretary Power, Shri, Additional Secretary Power, Naresh, Chairman, NDMC, other dignitaries of the dais, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, as I say, we live in interesting times. In my sector, in the power sector, the past 4.5 years we have seen and we have made tremendous strides. The power sector today is very different from what the power sector was about 4.5 years back. We made it happen. In the past 4.5 years, we added about 106,000 megawatts of generation capacity. We increased the transmission capacity by about 100,000 circuit kilometers. We developed a capacity for transferring about 70,000 megawatts from any part of the country to any other part of the country. Now truly, we have one country and one grid and one frequency. I'm also examining whether it can be one grid, one frequency and one tariff. That is our examination. In keeping with our pledge to the international community that we shall add 175,000 megawatts of renewable energy by 2022 to our generation mix. We have already added 75,000 megawatts. 20,000 megawatts are under installation. And another 20,000 megawatts have been bid out. So we'll achieve that target. In order to strengthen the distribution systems across the country of all the various states, we have sanctioned projects worth 1,75,000 crores under the Baijal Yojana, the IPDS, along with subsuming the previous RE programs and the REPDI. So today, the transmission systems and the distribution systems are much more robust than what we founded 5 years back. We've taken steps to reduce the losses of the discoms. Other more stringent steps are on the way to reduce the losses of the discoms. We are coming out with another scheme, you can call it that too. But most important has been the progress in coverage. Imagine in our country, even 70 years after independence, there are thousands of villages where electricity had not reached, which had not seen electricity. We redeemed the Prime Minister's pledge of connecting those villages within 1,000 days. But we did it about 17 days before the deadline. We connected all the villages. Today, all the villages in India, whether it's in Arunachal Pradesh or Tripura or Ladakh or Kashmir or the farthest Dhani of Rajasthan, they're all connected. Thereafter, we took another pledge to connect every household by the 31st of March 2019. As on date, only about 6 lakh houses, we've connected almost every household in all the states, except 4 states. I'll not name those 4 states. In one state, there is about 20,000 houses there. In other states, it's about 1 lakh houses there. And in 2 states, there are about 3 lakhs and 2 lakh houses. Total, I think the number of houses left is just about 6 lakhs, which we plan to complete by 26th of March. 26th of January. A good 2 months before our target date of 31st March 2019. We plan to complete by 26th of January. Announce it by 26th of January that we have now connected every billing household in the country. And we are doing it with a challenge. Every state which has announced the connection of every household, we provide the money, the work we get done through the states discounts. We have told them to run vehicles in all the blocks and the districts which have been saturated according to the reports which we have received. And that those vehicles will announce to everybody that according to the information we have, all the houses who wanted a connection have got a connection. And if any house is left, they will give an application to that vehicle itself. And we have launched a helpline number that if your house has not been connected in any of these districts, in the states which have been saturated, please recover this. And this campaign we will run right up to the 31st of January. Maybe we'll, right even up to the 15th of February. Just to make sure that no house is there. Now the programs which we have launched today, as part of it is a part of some national programs which we are running. And there is a reason for running those programs. The program for smart prepaid metering. Now we have already noticed that is a huge coverage which we have done, expansion of coverage. In fact, even before this huge expansion of coverage took place, it was becoming difficult for the distribution companies to do the meter reading and to prepare the bills and serve the bills on time and do the collection on time. With this huge expansion, we've added 2 crores 60 lakhs or more consumers in this period. In the peak, in the peak of Saubhagya, we were adding 100,000 consumers every day, which then in the later stage came down to 88,000 consumers every day. Today, as of now, we are doing about 30,000 consumers every day. Now the distribution companies are finding it almost impossible to do the meter reading every month, or to prepare bills and serve the bills every month. It's becoming impossible almost. So I said that we must shift to technology. We must go for smart prepaid, and we must change the system. It will be prepaid. The advantage of the smart prepaid is that number one, you know your consumption. You can sort of calibrate your consumption. For the poor, the advantage is that he can recharge whenever he has the money. He can recharge up for any extent, 50 rupees, if he has 50 rupees, he can recharge. Whenever he has the money, he can recharge. If he runs out of money, it will not be disconnected. The light will go off. But when he has the money, he can recharge again. So instead of having to pay for the electricity for 30 days at one go, he can now pay it in 5 installments, 6 installments, 10 installments. Whenever he has the money, he can recharge and he can enjoy the electricity. The problems of meter reading and billing will go away. The discounts will get the money in advance. Now that is where we are shifting the sector. That is one objective. The other objective is that we are going to shift to time of day tariff. There are peak hours. You saw the graph. There are hours when everybody switches on their lights, air conditioners, whatever. And there are off-peak hours. Now we haven't learned this basic fact that during peak hours, the demand for electricity goes up, so the price of electricity goes up. Now it's the market-based system. And the distribution company has to buy power at a higher rate to meet that demand. And the demand has a peak, so therefore the generation companies have a problem. The peak are certainly a very high peaks. we have to even out those peaks. So we are going for time ordered tariff. If you consume electricity at high peak times, the price will be slightly higher. If you consume electricity in off peak times, the price will be slightly lower. For that, I need smart meter, so that we can have time ordered tariff. Once we have time ordered tariff, people will be able to plan their consumption throughout the day. They will switch on the geyser, or the geyser will switch on automatically in a smart home, maybe late at night or very early in the morning, whether power demand is low and therefore the prices are low. People will run their washing machines, on automatic at a time when the power demand is low and therefore the prices are low. So the peaks will even up. And that is the future. And more important, we have taken a pledge to reduce our emission intensity of our economy. To reduce the emissions, we have to have more clean generating capacity, which we are adding. Now that clean energy is intermittent. It is available at certain times, it's not available at other times. So, and that has to be integrated in the grid. Now the fact that that clean energy is available at certain times and not available at other times means that you have to have time ordered tariff, so that when cheap energy is available, you use more of it. And when cheap energy is not available, you use less energy. That is our reason for going for time ordered tariff. The fact that we are in the process of changing our energy generation mix. As per a promise which we made to COP21. We made a promise that by 2030, about 40% of our generation capacity will come from renewables. And we will reduce the emission intensity of our economy by 30 to 35%, 33 to 35% as compared to 2005 levels, mind. We are well on our way to doing that. We'll do that. But this is a part of our commitment to a green economy, a green country. And that is why the emphasis on smart meters. The emphasis on electric vehicles, zero emission vehicles. Now this is not something which we are doing alone. The whole world is a movement towards. The whole world is a movement towards a cleaner mix of energy generation. The whole world is a move towards zero emission vehicles. And that is the direction we have to move. Now we have of course stronger reasons to move in that direction. Much of our fossil fuel vehicles run on fuel which is imported. About 70% of our fossil fuel requirements we import. We need to reduce that as a strategic requirement. Therefore, the economic motives combined with our goal of a clean environment to push us towards zero emission vehicles. Today, the Ministry of Finance launched 15 zero emission vehicles, electric vehicles from sort of EESL, can take more. Every ministry is now switching over to electrical vehicles. So the charging stations are important. And I congratulate Naresh for setting up the charging stations. They'll get a huge amount of business. And we plan to set up charging stations in the first phase in Delhi very quickly. So I would urge all of you to look at electric vehicles, to go in for electric vehicles. The running costs are very low. And you will find that it makes economic sense, apart of course from being a socially congruent objective. So these are things which we are doing on a nationwide scale. As I said, we are changing the whole landscape of energy generation and energy consumption. And this we have to do in keeping with the times. I mean, now those days are gone when you had no or little concern for the environment, and those days are gone when we could depend on fossil fuels to whatever extent we want. And those days are gone when we have to be dependent on manual meter reading and then manual bill distribution and collection.
Additional Secretary SN Sahi और अन्य हमारे सभी अतिथिगण, नरेश कुमार जी चेयरमैन एनडीएमसी, सेक्रेटरी रश्मि सिंह जी, सभी मेरे एनडीएमसी में मेंबर्स कुलीग्स, आज तो ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे आप आए बाहर आई और स्मार्ट मीटरों की बौछार आई, ऐसा कुछ मौसम मुझे यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहा है। हमारे सभी प्रोमिनेंट और ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर्स और WESL के सभी अधिकारीगण, जिन्होंने आज स्मार्ट मीटर प्रोजेक्ट के उसका उद्घाटन के अवसर पर अपना कीमती समय निकाला और एनडीएमसी एरिया में घर घर में स्मार्ट मीटर रहे, ऐसा आज यहां पर उद्घाटन किया। और मेरा जो ख्याल है, सारे इंडिया के अंदर, हिंदुस्तान के अंदर शायद सबसे पहली ये लोकल बॉडी होगी जहां पर घर घर में ये मीटर निर्माण होंगे। मैं अपने सभी अतिथियों का मनोहृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं और एनडीएमसी के तमाम, ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ एनडीएमसी, आपने जो आज यहाँ पर स्मार्ट मीटरों की एक सौगात दी क्षेत्र को, उसके लिए मैं आपका आभार प्रकट करता हूं और आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं। धन्यवाद।